The story begins with a boy named Max, whose mother was waking him up for school. As soon as he woke up, Max asked when they would get a dog. His mother replied that they wouldn't, because Max didn't even clean his own room, and she would have to do all the work. Upon reaching school, Max started walking toward his seat, but then a boy named Dean tripped him and he fell. Dean often bothered Max. Meanwhile, a brilliant scientist named Alex was demonstrating her nanobots. She had created a nanobot with advanced AI, capable of helping humans with all kinds of tasks. She had done excellent work, and her project was soon to receive more funding. A few hours later, Myron, the leader of a large criminal gang, learned about this nanobot. His man explained that if they got this robot, robbing bank accounts and controlling the stock market would become easy. Myron understood how powerful they would become if they had the robot, and he told his people to call Gecko. Gecko was his most trusted agent, and Myron wanted him to complete this mission. Gecko began to climb the lab building. Using his special gadgets, he successfully scaled the wall and cleanly cut the window glass to enter. He moved across the ceiling like a spider. He used his nameplate to bypass the security lasers. He shone a special laser on the CCTV cameras to disable their motion sensors. Gecko finally reached the place where all the nanobots were kept. Just as Gecko was about to plug his decoder into the machine, a guard arrived. Gecko hid immediately, but then the device opened and its sound drew the guard's attention. Seizing the opportunity, Gecko instantly attacked the guard and ran away. Amidst all this, the alarm started blaring loudly. Gecko grabbed a cylinder and fled inside the building, evading the guard. At this very moment, Max arrived at his usual nighttime spot, where he often listened to music and drew on the wall. Evading the guards, Gecko reached a bridge and the guards surrounded him from all sides. Gecko cleverly flashed a torch in one guard's eyes and then quickly attacked them. He was fighting both guards simultaneously. During the fight, the nano cylinder fell from him and tumbled down from the bridge. Max found the cylinder below and thought it was a spray can for painting. Max was amazed because he had never seen such a spray. Above, Gecko defeated both guards and escaped through the pipes. Meanwhile, when Max used the cylinder on the wall, he was astonished because whatever he imagined was being created automatically. But soon the spray ran out. All the nanobots had left the cylinder. Max then threw the empty cylinder there. Just then, Gecko came looking for the cylinder. He found the cylinder, picked it up, and left with Max. But suddenly, the dog Max had drawn on the wall came off the wall because it was actually all the nanobots. A little later, Gecko brought the cylinder to Myron. He gave the cylinder to his boss, but Myron was confused because the cylinder was completely empty. Max was walking back home, and the robot dog started following him invisibly. The dog accidentally knocked over a trash can. When Max turned back to look, the dog became invisible. Max thought some dangerous person was following him, so he panicked and ran toward his house. A while later, police officers arrived at the lab to investigate. Alex walked around the area, trying to understand how the theft happened. She met her colleague Skyva. Skyva told her that the guards tried hard to catch the criminal, but the thief was so dangerous that he managed to evade everyone. Alex angrily said that she created those nanobots. She didn't need the police. She would find them herself. In the morning, Gecko returned to the bridge area where he had seen Max painting. He was now looking for the boy who was painting the night before. As he searched for Max, his eyes fell on the wall, and he remembered that the dog painting the boy had made last night was now gone. This meant the nanobots were definitely connected to that boy. The next morning, as Max left for school, the robot dog followed him invisibly. Dean and his mischievous friends arrived and started harassing Max for no reason. They threw all of Max's belongings on the ground and then started to leave. Max, feeling helpless, began picking up his things. Suddenly, he saw his pencil box floating in the air and then quickly hitting Dean on the head. Furious, Dean returned with his friends to teach Max a lesson. But the robot dog, staying invisible, started protecting Max. It grabbed Max's bag and moved him around as if he were a martial artist. With the dog's help, Max took revenge in a full-blown action hero style, defeating all 3 boys. Sonia was also watching all this from afar, and she was very impressed seeing Max fight like that. This was a double victory, as Max also liked Sonia. In the lab, Alex was reviewing the CCTV recordings. Seeing Jekko's impressive fighting style, she remarked that she should make him her head of security. Then she prepared a special device that could deactivate the nanobots, which would make it easy to bring them back. A while later, Max went into a bookstore to look at some things. He still didn't know the robot dog was following him. When Max reached into his pocket, he realized he didn't have money to buy anything. Just then, the shopkeeper asked him if he had money for the things he was holding. Seeing the man speaking loudly to Max, the dog opened a packet of marbles. The shopkeeper slipped and fell. Seeing this, Max immediately ran away. The shopkeeper thought the boy had done something. He chased Max, but the dog pulled his pants down. Alex, who was looking for her nanobots, realized they were somewhere in that area. She immediately went to the shop because a very strong signal was coming from there. Upon reaching the shop, she asked the owner if she could see the CCTV recording. The owner told her to show a warrant if she was the police, or to get lost. But Alex was a brilliant scientist. She used her smart bracelet to secretly copy all the recordings. A while later, Max reached under the bridge from the previous night. He looked at the wall and realized the drawing he had made the night before was not there. Suddenly, the robot dog appeared in front of him and started talking to him like a human. Max fell down in fear. The robot scanned Max and said, "You look scared. You don't need to be afraid. I'm here for you. Tell me if you have any trouble, and take a few deep breaths, it will help you relax." But poor Max, still scared, ran away. Back home, Max lay on his bed thinking, "That was a weird dog, man. Glad I got away." But the dog was still in his room. It told Max that it was made of many nanobots and could do anything to help its owner. Confused, Max asked, "Why are you calling me your owner?" The dog replied, "You used that cylinder as spray paint and created me." Max soon realized that this dog was the one who helped him earlier. "That's why I was fighting like Bruce Lee," he thought. He then scolded the dog more, saying, "I was living my dirty life peacefully, wasn't I? Now those boys will see me and beat me up." Then Max saw on his computer that a big drawing competition was happening in the city, and the winner would get a seat in a very special course, completely free. Max briefly thought about participating, but then gave up thinking, "I won't be able to do it. There will be big artists there. I can't do it." Meanwhile, Alex was checking the security recordings in her car. She received another alert that the nanobots were doing something. The robot dog was scanning all of Max's drawings to register him on the competition's website. The next day, Jekko returned to the bridge and started asking people nearby if they had seen a small boy with blonde hair. No one knew anything about Max. Jekko got worried. How do I find those nanobots? At home, Max was talking to his new dog. The dog said, "I can hide my identity too. If you want, I can become a normal dog. No one will know I'm a robot." After this, Max took him to the park for a walk and told him to keep quiet because no one should know he was an AI robot. Hearing this, the dog gave Max an earbud. With this, they could talk to each other. Just then, Alex arrived at the park and immediately realized they were her nanobots. She started video recording the dog. As Max walked with his dog, Sonia arrived. Sonia started petting the dog and asked, "Who is this baby? What's his name?" Max quickly replied, "Foxter. His name is Foxter." They were talking when Sonia's friends called her. She told Max, "We are going to the art festival. We'll meet later, okay?" Saying this, Sonia left. Foxter then sensed, "Your heart rate dropped a bit after the girl left. What's the matter, boss? Do you love her? Do you want to talk to her?" Max explained to Foxter that she had a boyfriend. Dean, that bully, is her boyfriend. If I even go near her, he'll hit me hard. Alex was following them in her car. Listening to their conversation through her tracking device, she thought about deactivating Foxter. She even took out her gun. But then an idea came to her. Why don't I let this continue as an experiment? This way, I'll also find out the real-life benefits of these robots. Meanwhile, Gecko searched everywhere, but Max was nowhere to be found, and Myron's pressure on him was increasing. Later, Foxter persuaded Max to go to the arts festival. That girl intentionally told you. It was a signal that you should come too. At the festival, Foxter quickly found Sonia in the crowd. Max saw that Dean was also participating in a dance competition. When Max saw Dean winning the competition and Sonia cheering loudly for him, he felt upset and depressed. Max didn't want to stay there for a moment, but Foxter stopped him and said, "Come with me. I have an idea to impress the girl." He wanted to make Max look like a hero in Sonia's eyes. They went into a large warehouse. Foxter used his powers to completely change Max's clothes, and some nanobots also entered his body so they could control Max's body to some extent. With his new stylish look, Max climbed a large wall and started doing strange stunts. He was also using the spray paint to create a large drawing. Initially, no one understood what he was doing, but people were drawn to his incredible art. Max finished the painting in a spectacular style. Sonia soon realized that it was his drawing. A while later, Gecko also arrived at the festival. Seeing Dean, Gecko showed him Max's signature near the drawing and asked if he knew him. Dean already disliked Max, so he told Gecko everything about Max. Sonia then showed Max the drawing she had found in the theater and asked, "Did you make this?" When Max shyly said yes, Sonia hugged him. On the way back home, Max told Foxter to disappear. Mom doesn't like animals in the house. But Max didn't know that Gecko was also keeping an eye on him. Gecko then saw that Foxter could disappear magically. As Max entered the house, he saw his parents arguing. He overheard them saying they would soon be moving to another city. Hearing this, Max got very angry. He said, "If you want to go, you both can go. I'm not going anywhere." Saying this, he ran outside. His father ran after him to try and calm him down, but Max ran out of the house. Alex and Gecko were watching all this. Gecko soon found some nanobots that Foxter had left behind. Max was still running ahead of his father. He ran across the road, and his father was behind him. But a speeding car hit his father. Hearing this, Max's mother screamed for help. Hearing his mother's voice, Max turned and was also terrified. Alex looked at Foxter and was surprised because she knew that if Foxter had wanted, he could have easily prevented the accident. A while later, Gecko arrived at Myron's place with the nanobots. Myron was very happy to see them. He planned to study them and create many more nanobots. At the hospital, Max and his mother were waiting in the corridor. The doctor then said that his father was out of danger, but would have to be admitted for a few days. Outside, Max met Foxter and asked, "Why didn't you save my father?" Foxter replied, "You are my owner. I was just following you. You were running away from your family, so I didn't think it was right to intervene." Max got even angrier hearing this. He placed the earpiece near Foxter and said, "I am not your owner anymore." Hearing this, Foxter became very sad and made himself invisible. Meanwhile, Myron was pressuring his scientists to create many similar nanobots. Gecko met Myron, and Myron told him, "Bring that boy to me." Gecko said, "It's not the boy's fault. He doesn't even know where the dog came from." But Myron said, "I don't care about that. Bring that boy to me." Gecko was forced to leave. He wasn't bad inside. He didn't want to do all this. Myron also assigned his other man, Igor, to the same task. At the hospital, Max learned that his father had regained consciousness. When Max talked to him, his father said, "We won't move. Just be happy and don't ever run away like that again, okay?" His father also admitted that they shouldn't have made such a big decision without talking to him. A while later, when Max went outside, Foxter was still waiting for him there. Foxter was reminiscing about the moments spent with his owner. A little later, Max approached him and said, "Look, what's done is done. In the future, always remember that saving human lives is the most important thing. No matter what else is happening, nothing is above life." As soon as he finished speaking, Sonia also arrived there. She had come to meet Max and inquire about his father's condition. She was happy to hear that Max's father was all right. When Max asked about Dean, Sonia said, "I'm not his girlfriend. He just lies about everything." Just then, they saw a man parking a car in front of the hospital. Max told him, "Uncle, don't park here. An ambulance will have trouble if it arrives suddenly." But the driver ignored Max. Foxter got an idea to impress Sonia. He secretly got inside the car and put his earbud into Max's ear, saying, "Quickly get your friend in the car." Max was a little nervous at first, but then he started trusting Foxter's plan and drove the sports car out of the parking lot. Soon Gecko and Igor also started chasing them. Seeing their suspicious activities, Alex also started following them. Max splashed water on some kids while driving by the side. It was none other than Dean and his friends. The two were having fun driving the car, unaware that two criminals were chasing them. Alex used Igor's license plate to find out that he was a fugitive from Interpol. Seeing this, Alex got very scared and decided to use her pulse gun to stop Igor before he could hurt anyone. But at the last moment, Alex's aim missed, and she released the magnetic pulse forward. Suddenly, Gecko's bike stopped, and he was thrown far away. Max and Sonia's car also crashed by the roadside. Max asked Sonia, "Are you okay?" After that, he started shouting at Foxter, "Idiot, you don't know how to drive!" Hearing this, Sonia got scared, wondering who he was talking to. Just then, Igor arrived, and pretending to be a police officer, he took Sonia and Max with him, saying he would safely drop them home. Meanwhile, Alex immediately went to help Foxter, who was very weak due to the magnetic pulse. When Foxter found out that Alex had created him, he said, "We have to save Max somehow." He explained, "My earbud is still in Max's ear. We can track his location." Gecko also didn't want to put the kids' lives in danger. Thievery was one thing, but he wasn't that bad of a person. He also decided to go alone and save Max and Sonia. On the other side, at Myron's hideout, Max was being asked about Foxter by Myron and Sonia. To waste their time, Max kept lying that the robot was in the hospital. Finally, frustrated, Igor locked them both up and also snatched the earbud from Max's ear. Now Igor could easily listen to Alex and Foxter's conversations. Soon, Foxter, along with Gecko, entered Myron's hideout invisibly. But he didn't know that Igor had also captured Alex outside. When they reached the place where Max and Sonia were kept, Gecko tried to act strangely. Just then, Igor told the guard, "Quickly catch that robot dog." But Foxter used his powers to fight them. He was attacking them blindly while invisible, using things from the gym. Gecko was also helping him to some extent. In the end, Foxter locked all three of them in the jail and brought Max and Sonia out. Now everyone tried to escape from there as quickly as possible, but at the last moment, Myron caught Foxter inside a tube. After this, the others also failed to escape. Myron grabbed Sonia and threatened to throw her off the building. He wanted Alex to reprogram Foxter. To save Sonia's life, Alex agreed. Seizing the opportunity, Alex asked Gecko for help. Gecko said, "Yes, I have a plan." When they reached the lab, Alex asked Myron, "What do you want to do with the nanobots in the end? What programming should I do?" Meanwhile, Gecko turned on the recorder on his phone so that Myron's dangerous intentions would be recorded. They needed proof to give to the police. Then Alex said, "Okay, I will make him dangerous. But to program him, the tube must be removed first." But as soon as the tube on Foxter was removed, Gecko attacked the controller with a fire extinguisher nearby. After this, one part of the lab was destroyed. Foxter immediately used his super speed to start defeating all the criminals. He was taking down everyone one by one. He quickly went to Max and said, "Give me the order to disintegrate because I don't want to work for Myron no matter what. I can't become a bad robot no matter what." With a heavy heart, Max told Foxter to disintegrate, but before leaving, Foxter said, "I will always be with you." And then Max immediately shattered into thousands of pieces. Angry at this, Myron punched Gecko unconscious and told Igor to quickly call a helicopter. Myron took Sonia and went up to the roof with her. Max tried to stop him, but he couldn't do anything. Before getting into the plane, Myron threw Sonia down. Suddenly, all of Foxter's nanobots entered Max's body, and Max started hearing Foxter's voice in his mind, which was encouraging him to fight. Max immediately attacked Myron and started hitting him repeatedly. But suddenly, he heard Sonia's scream. She was falling rapidly. Max understood that he had to finish this as soon as possible. Myron threw a large stone at Max, but Max caught it in one go and finally defeated Myron with a powerful punch. After this, he immediately ran to save Sonia, and using super speed, he saved Sonia at the last moment. After getting Myron arrested, Alex sealed all the nanobots back into the cylinder. Finally, Alex asked Gecko, "Will you work for me? I need a head of security," which Gecko immediately agreed to. The next day, Max received a letter stating that he had won the drawing competition. He was very happy to see this. His parents gave him a gift on this happy occasion. It was a small puppy that looked exactly like Foxter.
If you want interesting movie recaps, like, share, and subscribe to follow us for more movie recaps.